This is a masterpiece of engineering, forged from alloys born in the hearts of stars, balanced to microscopic precision, and built to survive an absolute war zone. It spins at over 200,000 revolutions per minute. That's faster than a Formula One engine at full scream. Its exhaust side glows a demonic cherry red, radiating heat that can melt solid aluminum in seconds. This component lives in the most violent place in your car.
A hell of constant explosions and brutal, relentless temperatures. Engineers designed this, the turbocharger, to be nearly indestructible.
So how can it be killed? By something as simple as parking your car. This is the crime scene. A pristine, perfectly maintained vehicle. The owner did everything by the book. Religious oil changes. Followed every single rule. But one morning, a catastrophic failure. A sound like metal screaming. The turbo is dead. The engine is crippled. The repair bill? Staggering. The owner is in shock. The mechanic is grim. How could this possibly happen? The answer is terrifying, because the killer isn't a faulty part. It's not bad luck. It's not even bad driving. The killer is a ghost, an invisible process that starts the exact moment you turn your key to off. You think the battle is over when the engine goes silent. You think the danger is past, but you're wrong. That's silence. That's when the attack truly begins. By turning off your car, you're triggering a hidden failure mode, a secret kill switch they never ever put in the owner's manual. And it's happening inside your engine right now.
To understand this silent assassination, we have to go deep inside, into the core of the machine, just seconds after a hard drive. The engine is off. The pistons are still. The roar has vanished. There is only silence. But there is no peace here.
There is only heat, a colossal, suffocating wave of it, trapped with nowhere to go. Just moments ago, while the engine was running, the cooling system was a raging river, a powerful torrent carrying this destructive heat away to safety. The oil pump was the engine's heart, beating with immense pressure, pushing life-giving lubricant through every tiny artery and vein. But when you turned that key, you cut it all off. In an instant, the river stopped flowing. The heart stopped beating. Everything went still, and the heat, that ocean of thermal energy, begins to bleed. It pours out of the red-hot exhaust manifold and floods directly into the turbocharger's core. This is the ghost.
Engineers call it heat soak. It is the turbo's silent enemy. The temperature inside the turbo's central bearing doesn't drop.
When the engine stops. No, it skyrockets. It can climb by 100 degrees or more in just a few minutes. The turbo's core transforms into a miniature blast furnace. And what's trapped inside that furnace? A paper-thin film of engine oil. Right here at the molecular level is where the real drama unfolds. This is a battle between physics and chemistry, and the fate of your engine is hanging in the balance, because not all oil is created equal. Your choice of oil, the simple decision you make at the auto parts store, is literally the difference between life and death.
For this incredible machine. First, let's look at conventional oil. Think of it as a jumbled mess of molecules, pulled from the ground, a random collection of different shapes and sizes, some big, some small, some strong, some weak. When this oil gets hit by the intense, lingering heat of a shutdown, its weakest molecules literally break apart. They can't handle the heat. They boil, they crack, they burn. The oil carbonizes, turning into a thick, gritty sludge.
A baked-on poison. Engineers have a chillingly simple name for it. They call it coke. And this coke is not just some harmless residue. It is a slow-acting killer. Now, witness the champion, a full synthetic oil. This isn't just refined, it's designed. It's created in a lab by scientists.
Every single molecule is uniform, perfectly formed, and engineered for one purpose: to survive impossible conditions.
When synthetic oil faces that same terrifying blast of heat soak, its powerful molecular bonds hold firm. It refuses to break down. It resists turning into that deadly carbon sludge. It maintains its protective shield, protecting the delicate bearings even as the temperature soars to insane levels.
For years, dedicated enthusiasts tried to fight back with devices called turbo timers. These gadgets would keep the engine running for a few minutes after you left the car, letting the oil and coolant circulate to cool the turbo down gradually. A brilliant idea, but today's technology has made them mostly obsolete. Modern cars have advanced cooling systems, some with special electric pumps that keep circulating coolant even after the engine is off, specifically to fight heat soak.
But even these incredible systems have their limits. They can't solve the whole problem, because the real secret isn't just about cooling the metal. It's about what's happening inside the oil itself, cycle after cycle, shutdown after shutdown. The true horror of this failure is that it's not an instant event. It is a death by 1,000 cuts.
Every single time you shut down a hot engine with the wrong oil, a microscopic layer of that oil gets cooked onto the inside of the turbo's oil feed line. An invisible film of carbon, of coke, is left behind.
You don't see it, you don't feel it. There are no warning lights on your dash, no strange sounds from under the hood. The car runs perfectly, but the poison is building up. That tiny oil feed line, no wider than a drinking straw,
Is the turbo's only source of life. And with every shutdown, the artery gets a little narrower.
the flow of life-giving oil gets a little weaker. The turbo is being slowly, silently, and brutally strangled. Imagine trying to breathe through a straw. Now imagine that every day that straw gets a tiny bit smaller. For a long, long time, you wouldn't even notice. You'd adapt. But one day, the opening becomes too small. And suddenly, you can't get enough air. Catastrophe strikes. That is exactly what happens to the turbo. For months, maybe even years, it survives on a trickle of oil.
But it's starving. The bearings are running hotter, wearing faster, screaming for lubrication they can't get.
The damage is compounding invisibly, and then one day, the line is clogged. The oil flow is cut off completely.
The bearing, spinning at 250,000 RPM with zero lubrication, experiences instantaneous, total failure.
In a fraction of a second, the metal overheats, seizes, and shatters into 1,000 pieces. From the driver's seat, the failure feels sudden and shocking. But the cause wasn't sudden at all.
The cause was a long, slow process of neglect, hidden in plain sight, happening during the most peaceful moment of all.
When the car was parked and silent. So, the billion-dollar question, why isn't this spelled out in giant, bold letters in your owner's manual?
Is this a conspiracy? Are car companies hiding a fatal flaw to sell more parts?
The truth is more complex. It's a story of compromise. Car manufacturers know that the average driver isn't an engineer. They can't fill the manual with terrifying explanations of thermodynamics and oil chemistry. They have to simplify. So, they don't tell you about the mortal danger of heat soak. They don't warn you about the silent killer called coke.
They just tell you which specific type of oil to use. The secret isn't that they are hiding the problem.
The secret is that the recommendation in the manual is the solution to a problem they never fully explain.
When the manual specifies a high-quality, full synthetic oil with a specific code like APISN or ACEA-C3,
That's not an upsell. It's not a suggestion. It's a prescription. It is the critical defense, the only defense, against this invisible killer. They give you the answer, but they never show you the terrifying math behind it. The use of synthetic oil is your armor. It's the engineered solution to an unavoidable law of physics. It provides the crucial margin of safety that protects your engine from its own ghost. But remember, it's not a magic bullet.
proper maintenance, letting the car idle for 30 seconds to cool down after a very hard run, and understanding the powerful forces at play. That is what truly protects your investment.
The manual gives you the rule. The laws of physics provide the reason. The story of turbo failure isn't about a bad part. It's a story of a hidden process, a war fought between heat and fluid in the silent moments after the journey ends.
It's a powerful reminder that even our most robust machines are governed by invisible laws, and that understanding those laws
Is the key to mastering them. The engineers gave us a masterpiece of power, but they also left us a puzzle. Now you see the hidden truth. Now you understand the secret language of your machine. This is the knowledge that separates a simple owner from a true operator. If you want to uncover more of these engineering secrets and understand how the world really works, subscribe to the channel. Join the community of people who look past the surface and see the genius and the drama hidden inside the technology that powers our lives.